Hey folks, it's Dave here, and today I'm just doing a quick video on the football setup that I have here. I'm just going to recreate this, or something simple, similar to this. A couple of people asked me what this all was. It's really not that difficult. I'm not that good with Excel, but I'm finding that, boy, it does some things really nice. And so I'm just going to show that off here today. Okay, I just want to check my levels here. I was distorted at one point. I'm not. Okay, so how do we do this? All right. So we're going to first start off with a fresh sheet here, and we're just going to start right from the beginning. Okay, so all these graphics here I either created or I have on my hard drive. Okay, so sheet 2 is what we're going to do. So we're going to go to Insert. This is your friend. Insert is your friend. So we're going to go to Pictures. Okay, now I'm just using the football fields that came with the Dave Koch Sports that I downloaded from Sports Replays. No, they didn't come with Dave Koch Sports. I added them from SportsReplays.net is where I got most of them. Some I made myself off of templates, but most of it is just straight up from SportsReplays.net. So let me drop in. So let's see, we got here. So we got let's do Patriots 71. All right, so it's going to double click and I bring in the Patriots here, okay? And then I do this. And there's my football field, okay? So I have it going over to W, so I need to bring this over to W. And we go like that, okay? Now what is my view on this? My view is at 100%. I think I'm at 100%. So let's just try to make it the same. Okay. So you can even shrink that down a little bit if you want. So there's your field, okay? And if you don't want to do Patriots, just go Insert, go to Pictures, and whatever team you have, okay? Now, again, these are fields I downloaded from sportsreplays.net, so there's nothing really crazy here. So anything at all you want to put in the Chiefs, put in the Chiefs, okay? And now you have your field. So what? Okay, so we have that now. So we've established that we have the field. So let's make the football. Okay. So make the field a little bit bigger. Okay. So again, go to Insert, go to Shapes. Okay. And I just did this guy right here, and I drew a football like this. Go to Home, and then you can change the color, and I made it brown. There's my football. I think I actually got a little crazy, so I went to Insert and went to Shape, and I think I just took a little line or something like that. I forget what I got. What was the line that I used? Oh, right here. I think I just took the minus sign and did this. I'm going to bring it over here on the football. Maybe shrink it up a little bit, center it. And now go to Home. I'm going to make that white. Oh, excuse me. Oh, hey, OG and Al. I'm just kind of making a quick video here. Some people are asking about that. How do I make that white? White. There we go. And there's your football. And if you want to get a little bit more crazy, you can go to Insert, Shapes. And I think I had the equal sign. And I think I spun it like this. Shrink that down a little bit, spread it out. And I drop that on the football. Go to Home. Make this white. And there's your football. It's really nothing crazy. Then what you got to do is kind of did... Okay, so I did this with Control and Control. I try to select everything. Okay. And then you group it together here. Hey, I'm doing a bad job. Let me do one at a time. So I'm going to do the line and the football if I can do it. There we go. And so now you go to Shape, Format, and Group. Okay. So again, select them both. That can be tricky. Okay. Maybe you should blow it up. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should blow this up. Okay. So now see I move it. Now they move together. Okay. So I'm going to take my equal sign. I'm going to blow this up. Okay, and I'm going to drop that on my football here. Okay, and I might even make a second one. Let's go Control V. So I made a couple of them. So now it looks like I got laces on the football. Okay, so now I'm going to select with control, 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 and group. And if it works, they all should move together, and they do. So I'm going to shrink this down, and there's my football. That's all it was. It was nothing crazy. So I just went to my insert shape, put a couple shapes together, and grouped them. Okay, so now what do we have left? Okay, so now we need to get the teams and the scores. Okay, hey, Max Cornelius in here. Oh, how did I make the first down marker? Good, yeah, let me do that next. Okay. Sorry about that. I got a nasty tickle in my throat tonight. So first down markers was kind of the same thing. I'm going to go to my shapes. I'm going to take a basic shape circle. Okay, so we'll go here. Even a flow chart would work. Okay, and just make a circle. All right, so there's my circle. And then I think I went into my insert shapes, and I did this right here. Okay. And I think I'm going to select the circle, and I'm going to bring that forward. Okay, so now I get the circle on top of it. So go to home, change it to orange, go to home, change it to orange, and I think that's all I did for that. Yeah, okay. So now I have my first down marker here. Okay. And so I'm going to select these and just duplicate it. Okay. And so what I want to do, I need to group them too. So I'm going to do this and this, and I'm going to go to my shape format and go to group and group. And I'll go to here. I'm using the control button when I click to select them both. I'm going to group them. So now they should stay together. So now what I can do is I can drop them and try to get them to line up like this. So that's what I want. Okay. So this is what I got here. Okay. Then I went back to my shapes, and I just got a line. And I think I just might have used this right here. And I drew a line. I made that orange, and I put that right about here is what I did. Okay, so now I'm going to select, and I'm going to go to my shape format, and I'm going to group that. So now I come over here, and then you shrink it down to your 10 yards. Okay, and that pretty much is your first down markers. That's all that was just shapes. Okay, so let me see. I need to actually tighten that up a little bit. Okay, so there we go. So there's my first down markers. And again, you could, I'm just winging this here. You can make these a little bit bigger, a little bit thinner if you want. But now at least you got, I'm still off, ain't I? Still off. Is that 10 yards now? Yep, pretty much. That's pretty close to 10 yards. That just gives you a visual idea. Okay, so there's your first down markers. There's your football. So as you can see, that's what I have here. Actually, the ones I just made come out a lot better than these first down markers. Okay, so I got my football, I got my field, right? So I got my field, I got my football, I got the first down marker. So now let's make the scoreboard names. Okay, and this is again shapes, insert, shape. Okay, just gonna go rectangle. Okay, let's get a little crazier. Let's go to this shape right here. We're gonna create this shape. Just draw it out. There's your shape. Okay, go to home. What color is it gonna be? Well, the Chiefs are red, so we're gonna make it red. Okay, and then you start typing. Oh, we're gonna go capital Chiefs. Okay, now it's real tight, but you just select the word. Select your font size. You can even select your font once you got it selected. So let's go down to, what is this one here? That one's kind of weird. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, then you want to center it up at the top, and there's your Chiefs. Okay, now keep in mind that the font size is not going to change, so as you change this, you might need to change the font size, so just double click on it, and you can change the font to whatever you need it to be. Okay, but that's a pretty snazzy looking Chiefs scoreboard thing right there. So let's go back to insert shapes, and if you just wanted a standard rectangle for the scoreboard, there we go, like that. Let's go to home. I'm gonna make that red. We're gonna type into it. Okay, 0. Oh, 0. So we want to select the 0, center it up. We're going to make it nice and big. And we're going to make it white. And there we go. So now we have, actually we could probably make that a little bit bigger, huh? So let's bump that up to 60. And so let's see what the 0 looks like in that font right there. What was that? Ethnocentric. That looks kind of cool. Yeah, I'll deal with that. Okay, so now we have this. So let's make it the same height. So drop it on the line. Drop it on the line up here. Shrink that down. So that's about good. I just eyeballed it. So that's it. So that's Chiefs nothing. So now, if you want to make the other side, okay, I'm just hitting the control button when I select them both. Control C, Control V. And now I've duplicated this. So now I can go over here and I can change this to who are the Chiefs going to play? How about the Raiders? So Raiders. Okay. So now let me get this out of the way. So I need to make the Raiders a little bit bigger. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to make the Raiders black with silver. Click on this, black and silver. And now I got my Raiders scoreboard. So I got my Chiefs. I got my Raiders. Okay. And now, if I want to make the quarter, I'm just going to Control C, Control V. I'm going to duplicate this shape. Okay. And now I'm going to highlight the number inside and go first quarter. Okay. So I need to make that a little bit bigger. I'm going to shrink down the size of this font. Let's make this about 36 so I can shrink the box down a little bit. I'm going to make the box green because it's kind of a neutral thing here. And I'm going to make the text black. Just my choice. Okay. And let's see. Did I have that all squared? It doesn't really look centered, but there it is. So first quarter. Okay, again, that's a terrible font. So let's select this. Let's go back to a kind of a normal font, just something we can read. So let's go Arial black. Okay, first quarter. If you want to make it, you can maybe make that white if you like white better. And there's that. So where do we stand right now? I mean, that's bad football, but you got an idea how you can play around it. So we have the field, we have the football, we have the scores, we have third down. And now what are these shapes here? Now what I did, okay, now obviously I want to Control C, Control V. I duplicated the football so I can put possession. Okay, Chiefs have the ball, Raiders have the ball. Okay, that's just how I did it. Okay, so now I want to add the other shapes. So what I did is when I'm playing the fast action football game, especially when I'm broadcasting and I start interacting, I tended to forget the fumbles and the penalties, okay? That's what happens when you broadcast, okay? You just get distracted. It happens. So I went to insert, and I did a shape, and I found a real crazy shape. What was that shape? This one right here, right? So I got this. I drew that. I went home, and I made that a bright yellow. And again, if you can come over here, and you can make this any color you want. So if you were playing up in Canada there, I think they have the red flags, right? So it could be a red flag. But I made this yellow, and this is my penalty marker. So now when I'm playing, when I flip a fast action card, if there's a penalty, I go and I drop it over here to remind myself, check for the penalty, and that's who it's on. Okay? So that's just what I did. I also did that for fumbles. So I'm going to go over here, insert shape. I did a little crash symbol. I think it was this right here. And I just drew this, and I made it red. And so now, at the beginning of a play, if there's a fumble or an interception indicated on the play, I drop that over here to indicate that, there's something wrong here. Okay, so that's what that shape is. And then lastly, I added this shape here, which was just a star. I think it was just a star. Okay, and I think I made this one silver. And this is my momentum star. So in the game, there's momentum. So this way here, I know who has the momentum. Okay, so if there's a game-changing play from momentum, I bring it over here. Again, flag on the Raiders is here. Okay, if there's a fumble, okay, possible phone. So that's all these shapes were. If you look at my thing over here, so I got the field, scores, the shape. So now I'll add the helmets. Okay, and again, these were just taken from some of the other games that I've been playing. So insert picture. So if we go to our football team logos, and we're going to find the Chiefs. So there's my Chiefs helmet. Make that any size you want. You want to put it on the top and over here. There you go. And if you want to put it underneath, look again, wherever you want to put it. And then we'll go to insert pictures. We'll find the Raiders. Where are the Raiders? Do I have a Raiders? Yes, I do. Raiders. And there we go. Again, this is Excel with images, and I had no idea you can do this. I just found this out a couple weeks ago, and I was like, boy, this is great for setting up streams. So you can put it wherever you want. And pretty much that's what I got here. I got the field. I got all my little symbols, the football, the helmets, and the last thing I did was I just put it down the bottom here. If I want to insert pictures, if you want to put some kind of a banner in or something like that, I just put my digital to dice banner at the bottom. Okay, and so I just centered that up right here, and we're kind of done. So that's how I did it here. The last thing I did is if you go to view, okay, take away the formula, take away the heading, take away the grid lines, and there you go. Okay, so that's pretty much what it is, and then I shrink it up. Okay, no, I need to, let me bring these over here. I made this a little bit big, by the way. Okay, so we're going to do this. So there's my field. I'm going to push this up. I don't need that, so here we go. So I got my symbols over here. I can maybe make them a little smaller. Okay, I got my little advertisement here for the podcast. I got the helmets. And again, you can move these all around. This is just done really kind of fast. But, Raiders have the ball. Chiefs have the ball. Who has the momentum? That's all this is. This is actually kind of big. I could probably shrink that down a little bit. And again, I got my things here. And if you ever run into a jam, okay, so let me come back up here. Let me go to home. I'm going to pin this. So if you run into a jam and something's behind something, okay, so let's just say, oh, I want this to be above that. Okay, so go to your shape format and you can bring it forward. Okay, or bring it to the front so it's always on the top. So now I notice this is on top of this right here. Okay, so it works pretty good. It's like a little graphics program here. I didn't have any idea that Excel did all this stuff. I really didn't. I only use Excel for hockey stats, but I started doing this. It's like, wow. So you're going to try this with a friend talking. Yeah, that might be kind of neat. Again, it's the Dave Koch football fields with just some created shapes. And again, once you set it up, you're done. Okay? So let's just say, okay, so for all intents and purposes, I'm pretty much done here. Okay? So I'm going to shrink this up. I'm going to hide that. Here we go. So now it's all set. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring up my flipper for this game, which I absolutely love. I'm going to bring that over here. Oh, that's what I need to do. All right, so I need to view. I don't need the headings. I don't even need this. So I'm going to shrink this back up. Have a nice white background. So now I got my fast action football flipper over here, right above me. And this is the setup I use. Okay, so now I'm going to draw a fact, and here we go. The kickoff's away. Okay, the kickoff, I take the football. He takes it at the 5. Okay, there's no penalty. It's picking up by, whoever from the Raiders. And I check the returns. Oh, he's got a pretty good return. He's going to run it back to the 26-yard line. Okay, 1st and 10 from the 26. That's it. Okay, Raiders got the ball. That's how I do it. And let's just say, hey, you know something? And then, so I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna actually get rid of this for right now. I don't need that right now. Don't save. So now let's just say, okay, well, I'm playing the Raiders stadium. So we're gonna go to Insert, Pictures. Okay, I'm gonna go back to where I had my data for the football. So again, any images you got, you can use stadiums. So let me see if I can find the Raiders here. What was it? Oakland Raiders at the time? LA Raiders? Let's see what I have for Raiders. Los Angeles Rams. It might be under Oakland. LMNO, right? Do I have Oakland? Yeah, I do. Okay. Okay. Oakland Raiders, right? Here are the Raiders. That's the Raiders field. Now, you can see it's at the top. So what you need to do is go over to your picture format and send that to the back. Okay, so now you got the football field in the back. And if you need to, you can adjust these. Okay, you see how this, you got two choices now. You can make the field a little smaller because the 10 yards don't line up. So you can make the field a little smaller. That's a little bit better. Let me just double check that. It's still, I could make this field a little bit smaller. Right, we can make this a little bit bigger. All right, so just, these things are all adjustable. That's really good. You know, so now they're a little bit big, so I'm going to shrink them down a little bit and spread them out and try to get big. There you go. I got my football on the Raiders field. That's what it is. So I hope this explained a little bit on how to set up the field. It's just images I had on the computer and just creating shapes, grouping some things together, and creating my little scoreboards. Yeah, these are all resizable. You know, you might need to go in and change the font. So I'm going to pin this. So maybe that's a little too big. So you say maybe I'm going to make it 32. So I can shrink this down. This is too big. There we go. So now I got my Raiders and say, oh, so I need to shrink this down to 32 as well. I'm going to shrink down the Chiefs thing here. This. I'm going to shrink that down, 32. There's my scoreboard. Might need to make that a little bit bigger for 2 digits. And same here. And again, if you want exact sizes, delete that. Control C, Control V. Now we have the exact same size box. We just need to make it black, and we're done. So hopefully that explained a couple of things. A couple of people had asked about the file, and that's it. It's just bringing in the fields, any field that you have, and creating a couple of shapes. And I think it works pretty well. It's crude. It's nothing fancy, but I think, as I actually was using this earlier. I was playing the fast action game. I'm actually replaying Cowboys 49ers, the catch. Okay, I'm replaying the catch game right now. I'm at the half, 17-0 San Francisco. Dallas has 3 fumbles. It's been kind of funny how that game is played out. But I'm actually using this setup right here when I'm playing the game. The only thing I'm doing is I'm checking off the time boxes so I know how much time's left in the quarter. But this is how I'm playing the game. I'm moving the ball here. I'm moving my first down markers here. And just like I said, I mark off the time. I mark out what down it is, and that's it. And so I'm actually using this. Instead of using something on my table here, I'm using this. So it works out well, incorporating this with the Cards and Dice game. So I just wanted to jump on here and show that. A couple of people had asked, so here it is. Hopefully you like it. Any questions, let me know. I am not an Excel expert, believe me. So if I did something that could be wrong or something that could be done easier, again, this is just how I did it, and it works for me. And some people ask, so maybe it'll work for you. If there's a better way to do things, let me know. I'd like to know. But this works out well for me. So anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Let me see. Our Red Sox fan, the OG, is in the house. Max Cornelius, Apachata stopped by. Thanks for coming in, everybody. And hopefully I didn't forget anybody here. I've had a tough weekend. Don't ask me why. Maybe it's the heat. I don't know. But anyway, so all right, I'm going to jump out. I'm going to go back and try to finish my game there of the catch to see if San Francisco can hang on to their 17-0 lead or if the Cowboys come back. And I'll try to share that later on as well. And at some point, I'll play that again. It's just a long game. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to do 90 minutes or more of a live football game with this kind of format here. But who knows? I still might. But really liking fast action football. I'm really liking it. And I've changed a couple things so I can. It works well for broadcasting and having some fun with it. So thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to everybody later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.